Yes, sir. We're officially back at it. This is Boog Nice coming at you with a review of the Marvel Universe Infinite Series Wasp figure. Let's do it.
Man, I used to play the trap spot, propped on the block like I was part of the backdrop. Now it's scale, props, effects, and backdrops. The right lighting, you never catch me biting. Say you make it look so real when you pose the figures fighting. I caught lightning, stuck it in the detour. Replicate epic scenes from the Kree War. Compose pieces with artists that span the globe. Fearsome foes, Spidey in the picture perfect pose. Insert the comic book cutout to shoot a show. Oh, you ain't know? Yo, everybody know me. I made nerds cool nerd like my man Zobi. Took the everyday display, gave it a spark. Welcome to articulated comic book art.
That's crispy.
Marvel Universe has rebranded their line Infinite Series just like the Marvel Legends line. I'm not sure why they did that, but they have. This is the first time that I purchased a Marvel Universe figure in a long time. But any character that can be used in an MSD style display for A.C.B.A. or a multi-scale display, I normally will go out and purchase them. So this is one of those type of characters that can shrink and that can grow bigger, and you can mess around with the scale and use it for 6-inch figures or 12-inch figures or what have you. I think this is one of the best figures that they have ever produced from this line. Let's go over the articulation real quick. The head actually gets a really nice range of motion. It can look down all the way, and it can also look all the way up, which is good. That's something that you definitely want for a flying character, so they can be looking forward as they fly forward. The wings, they can be pegged into the back here. I do have a minor gripe about the wings because you can't really move them as well as I would like to with them pegged into the back without them coming out like that. So you really got to kind of move the joint here and then peg it back in how you want it. I don't particularly care for that, but I'd rather it be like that than you have trouble with it and it breaks off. But the wings do have articulation. You can move them left and right as they're pegged in the back, and they can also be moved up and down. So that's the range of motion that you definitely want to get her into some flying poses. You got a ball joint at the shoulder. There is a small break at the top of the shoulder here, so that way you can actually get the arm up pretty far, and it can rotate and do a full 360. Single jointed elbow. You get a wrist swivel, no hinge. You get this upper chest rotation, but it's not really an ab crunch, and it doesn't really do much of anything but just move around a bit like that. And this is something that I always say, Hasbro needs to start putting the ab crunch on their female figures. It's not just the men that can be agile and do different poses and stuff like that. The females need an ab crunch. They need to start putting that back on. But same thing as far as the articulation on both sides with the arm. The leg can come up just about that far. Can go out just about that far. This is that new kind of pelvis area joint that they have, and I would assume that if you try to move the leg around too much, it might pop off at this joint here. Hasn't happened to me just yet, but you get an upper thigh swivel, you get a double jointed knee, and you get a little rotation at the upper calf, and you also get a pivot and a hinge on the foot. So really nice range of motion on Wasp. Same thing on both sides as far as the legs. She does have a very nice range of motion. The other gripe is you can see right here when the head is all the way up, there's some paint missing at the lower neck right there. I don't like that. Should have been painted completely. As far as the paint applications go, it's nothing special. Black with a little bit of yellowish mustard kind of yellow gold thing going on. I guess it's some yellow with some hints of green in it. This is like a modern outfit. This is one of my favorite costumes of hers, actually. So it is the actual same costume that we got for the Marvel Legends version. So again, you can do some MSDs and some transformation displays as far as A.C.B.A. go. So I like that. I think the paint looks a little shoddy on the inside of the hands here, but it's decent. Got some gold at the bottom there too. I think I kind of lucked up because I have heard some people complaining about the shoddy paint application on this figure, and overall I think mine is still pretty decent. The wings look good, translucent, yellow. They look like wings. They look like wings on an actual wasp or a bee or something like that. So I think the wings came out pretty nice. Taking a look at the Marvel Legends version real quick, side by side with the Universe counterpart, and you can see the minor differences in paint. As a matter of fact, the Marvel Universe version is actually closer to being comic accurate. It really is comic accurate as far as the color scheme is concerned. The Legends version looks more greenish than gold or yellow, and this one definitely looks more how she looked in the comic books, the Universe version. Also, the Legends wings have 4 parts here that can all move up and down, but they don't move outward and inward like the Marvel Universe version. So as far as the wing articulation is concerned, I like it better on the Universe figure, honestly. And it's just that one piece. It's not 4 separate pieces like that. I never really liked that about the Legends version. The faces, both with the red lipstick, both got the eye color right, hair color right. Hair is a little bit shorter on the Legends version. I think the Universe version is actually more accurate. This little pack-in was probably one of the major attractions of this figure for me, was being able to get this little Wasp pack-in with a miniature version, because again, I'm only purchasing these figures for the opportunity to do some transformations and some MSDs and get some display. This is just a repaint of Wasp that we had gotten before, and I cannot even remember which set this Wasp was in, but it was in another Marvel Universe figure. If you know, let me know in the comments. I can't even remember, but it's the same figure with a different paint scheme. This costume on the right is more old school, and this is a more modern take on Wasp. So there she is in a little MSD action with the 6-inch Marvel Legends Infinite Series Hydra soldiers. I'm going to have to flesh this out a bit more in main course, so stay tuned for that in main course. I'm still kind of working on this display and trying to get it situated, but I wanted to at least get you guys to see a little piece of this in the review. And there she is with the Marvel Legends Giant Man Build-A-Figure. I don't think they ever appeared together in these particular costumes, with her more modern costume and one of his classic costumes. By the time she was wearing this, I think he was back as Yellow Jacket. And then she wore this through Secret Invasion, where she seemingly died. And then he took up the mantle of a Wasp type of persona and a horrible costume. But they still work well together right here. This is probably my favorite Build-A-Figure ever from Marvel Legends. And I guess this is probably my favorite Wasp figure now. So, like I said, they do look decent together. Definitely worth a purchase. I mean, you're getting 2 figures for the price of 1 for the most part. I mean, the other one is not posable. Obviously, this little miniature one is not posable. But it's a good buy. It's a good purchase if you are primarily a 6-inch collector, because it's a nice little reward, a nice little bonus for you as a 6-inch collector to get something like this. Similar to when we some of us 6-inch collectors buy HeroClix figures that can shrink or grow or what have you. Guess I'll show a little variant action of a HeroClix figure in main course, so look out for that as well. And definitely worth the buy. I'm happy with this purchase.
That's crispy.